Hey, Yinz guys and gals, gather around for a journey like no other. It's time to hop on board the Yinz Goin podcast. From the rivers that meet at the point to form downtown Pittsburgh, to the sheer face of Half Dome, to the furthest corners of the globe, Matt will be your compass, your confidant, your companion as we explore the wonders of travel. So sit back, relax on your couch, and let the wanderlust whoosh over Yinz as we discover new horizons and reminisce about old favorites. With Matt by our side, the sky's the limit. Join Matt on the Yinz Goin podcast because when it comes to travel, the journey's just getting started. And now, without further ado, let's give a shot for your guide through the highways and byways of travel. Your planning partner, the man with the map, Matt Schraeder. Hi, Yinz doing? Welcome to the Yinz Goin podcast. I'm Matt. I'm your host. Joining me today for the 25th time is Amanda.
Woohoo!
Well, 25th time overall, not 25th time today.
Yeah, right.
Although, so before we go any further, I want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July and happy 250th birthday to the United States.
Yay!
USA, USA.
USA! USA!
I'm wearing my USA throwback 1992 Dream Team jersey today for the basketball team. I
Oh
have Larry
boy.
Bird. So today, to celebrate, we're going to head to the great city of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Larry Bird's not from no relation to Philly, and he's broken Philly's hearts a few times, but there were no
Right.
dream teamers from the 76ers, all right? So
Yeah.
at least I don't think so. But anyway, Philly might be on the wrong side of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, but we won't hold that against them. So despite sports rivalries between Pittsburgh and Philly, Philly's actually a great city to visit.
Yes,
So I've
it
been there
is.
several times. So let's dive into the fun and excitement of Philly. Of
Philly.
Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love,
Yes.
which they demonstrate daily,
Yes.
sort of, maybe.
Kind of.
If throwing batteries at Santa means brotherly love, yes.
Eh,
Personally, I think he had to come into him.
right.
So it was founded on October 27th, 1682. So long
Mhm.
time ago.
Yeah.
The That's actually my grandma's birthday, October 27th. Not
Oh,
that year though.
well,
So it
I would
is
hope not that year.
Philly is the sixth largest city in the US by population. They have roughly about 1.57 million people. And they're
Wow.
behind New York, LA, Chicago, Houston, and Phoenix.
It's not too bad.
So almost top five. Come on.
Right? So close.
But so we're gonna walk through several different places you can visit in Philly, different things that are popular tourist destinations. So we're gonna start with historical landmarks, and
Yes.
are very appropriate for the 4th of July.
Hmm.
Independence National Historical Park.
Yes.
So
One of
this
my
has a few
favorite
different
places.
places. Yeah. So, and what'd you say, Amanda? Because I
It's one of
talked
my
over you.
favorite places to visit in
Favorite
Philly.
places. Yeah. Um, just being there, it has the feel of,
Mm.
it just has that feel. Don't know how to describe that feeling, but it has that feeling.
Feel of history.
Yes.
You
So
know
Independence
important things
Hall.
happened.
Yes. Independence Hall was built in 1733. Now, much of it has been reconstructed or replaced since it was first built.
Hmm.
And, it's it's what, almost 300 years old. So, yeah, it's the old Yoda line. When not 100 years old you are, look as good you will not. Hmm? So, yeah.
Had to put
So,
the Star Wars reference in there, yeah.
always.
Always.
So it was initially called the Pennsylvania State House, and it was the
Hmm.
first capital of the province of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Served as the capital until 1799. Then it was a museum from 1802 to 1828.
Hmm.
And even as it was a museum, it's also served as a municipal building from 1818 to 1895, and then has been a historical landmark since 1898. So,
Wow.
yeah, a long time. The Second Continental Congress met there from 1775 to 1781, except
Hmm.
for that short little time whenever British occupied Philly during the Revolutionary War, so they
Yeah, that's
kind of
right.
had
They
to
fought over
skedaddle.
Philly for a while.
Yeah, it was
Hmm.
like 1777, I believe. So June 14th, 1775, they established the Continental Army with George Washington in charge.
Yep.
So a few things that were great accomplishments that happened at Independence Hall. Uh, July 26th, 1775, they appointed Ben Franklin as the Postmaster General.
Yes, our good old Mr. Ben Franklin.
Say, a guy who was born in Boston, but very faint, rose to prominence in Philly.
Yes.
July 2nd, 1776, they approved the vote for independence. So
Hmm.
there's that, whole debate of when should Independence Day be for the United States? Should it be July 2nd when they actually voted for independence? Or, as we celebrate now, July 4th, 1776, they approved the Declaration of Independence.
Yes.
So we had to memorize the preamble for the um, Constitution in seventh grade. We had a huge Constitution test.
Yeah.
Um,
And I did it because I know how to do it because of Schoolhouse Rock. There's a
oh, yeah.
song. Yeah.
We had to memorize
I had to memorize a few things. I had to memorize the preamble to the Constitution. I
yeah,
had to
preamble
memorize,
to the Declaration of
or the
Independence.
Declaration of Independence, the Gettysburg Address.
We had to do that too.
I had to memorize something
Patrick,
else.
we had to know all the amendments
Yeah, I
for
know
the
all the amendments.
Constitution. We had to say the presidents forwards and backwards. That
Hmm.
she had our seventh and eighth grade history teacher had portraits of all the presidents above the chalkboard, and we had to take a little pointer and go and say them in order,
Yep.
and then go backwards. We had to do the Patrick Henry "Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death" speech.
I don't think I had to do that one.
So I still remember good parts of all this too. So thank you, Mrs. Ravis. Then on July 8th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was read in public for the first time. We'll come back to that later on.
Yes.
And then August 2nd, 1776, most of the delegates signed the Declaration of Independence. It was
Yes.
like, yes, we approve this.
Right.
All right, we to sign it? Let's wait a month.
Well, because most people had to travel to Philadelphia from wherever they were. So, it takes a little while. They didn't
Although,
have
didn't they,
cars.
wouldn't they have been there whenever they approved it?
I don't remember.
So,
No, there were some people that traveled.
some of them
Yeah.
did. But John Hancock signed it first, and
Yep. That's
his was the
why.
largest, famously.
Hmm.
Of course, he was the president of the Second Continental Congress, so it was
Yes.
appropriate that he signed first. The Articles of Confederation were approved in York, PA in November of 1777, which
Hmm.
was during the British occupation of Philly, so that's why they weren't there. And
Yeah.
notice, you see how that worked out.
Mm.
Something about things signed in Independence Hall that seemed to last longer.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
Hmm.
Independence Hall also hosted the Constitutional Convention from May 25th, 1787 to September 17th, 1787,
Hmm.
which September 17th, Constitution Day.
Yep.
And it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979, which personally I think that's a good year.
You would.
Hey, best people were born in the 70s, even
Or
though
the
Amanda
80s.
disagrees with that. So now a park surrounds the building, so there's a nice little green space. So it's more than just the building. There's more stuff there, and also right next to it, which is like a stone's throw away, is the Liberty Bell.
Hmm.
So it was commissioned in 1752 by the Pennsylvania Provincial Assembly.
Yes.
London-based Lester and Pack, which later was named Whitechapel Bell Foundry, was the
Hmm.
ones who made the Liberty Bell, which I see great irony in the fact that the
That that was
Liberty
made in
Bell,
Great Britain.
exactly. Although technically the United States was part of Great
It
Britain,
was
so
technically
anything there.
Britain. Yeah.
So it is cast with the words "Proclaim liberty throughout the land unto all the inhabitants thereof." And then there's
Yes.
a whole bunch of other stuff with like,
Yeah,
names.
there's a bunch of random stuff on there.
So it
Not
cracked
important.
when it was rung after its arrival in Philly. It
Yes.
was twice recast by John Pass and John Stowe, who have their last names on the bell.
Mm-hmm.
And it tells you how good of recasters they were or something because
Because
they had
it's
to do
still
it
cracked.
twice. Yeah, it's still cracked too. But
Mm-hmm.
supposedly, like they recast it once and then they kind of fixed the crack and then they rung it. It's like, I forget how they
It cracked
described
again.
it. Or yeah, it didn't crack right away, but they said that the noise it made was not what it should be for a bell.
No.
So it was initially hung in the lowest chamber of the original wooden steeple of Independence Hall.
Yes.
It was taken from Philly with some other notable bells when the British occupied the city in 1777. It was hidden in Allentown.
Yes.
That steeple where it was initially held was removed in the 1780s. So then it was moved to the highest chamber of the brick tower until the 1850s. And then it was displayed on the ground floor of Independence Hall from the 1850s to 1976.
Mm-hmm.
So a long time. See, the thing is, I don't get the whole importance of the Liberty Bell. It's like this bell that was just poorly made and cracked. And then,
Because it was rang to sell to it's like the shot heard around the world in
yeah,
it was the shot that started the Revolutionary War. Like nobody can prove because, there's no recording
yeah.
equipment at that time of, you know, it's just one of those things.
So now Liberty Bell was displayed in the Liberty Bell Pavilion from 1976 to
Hmm.
2003, and now it's currently housed in the Liberty Bell Center, which opened on October 9th, 2003.
I
It
went to
was
see it in the Liberty Bell Pavilion. That's when you used to be able to touch it.
Yeah, I saw it a couple years ago in the Liberty Bell Center that
Yeah, I've seen
there
it
was
in the
a
Liberty Bell Center
huge
since.
line for it. So I did not do it, but there's windows on the other side, and so I saw it from the outside through the window.
Hmm.
So I still saw it,
Yeah, you
just not
can't
up
touch it
close.
anymore. He used to
Yeah.
be able to touch it.
There's some statues in
Hmm.
like churches in Europe that the one they you rub one for good luck and it's like all worn away now.
Hmm.
So now the Liberty Bell was rumored to have cracked when it was rung in 1835 when Supreme Court Chief Justice John Marshall died, but
Yes.
it really likely cracked somewhere between 1841 and 1845. And it was rung on Independence Day and Washington's birthday, so it was probably one of
Hmm.
those days that it
Yeah,
was the final crack. A larger Centennial Bell was created for the Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia
that's
in
right.
1876, and that currently hangs in the cupola of the steeple on Independence Hall that was built in 1828. So
Yes.
there's still a bell up there.
Hmm.
In 1976, a six times oversized replica of the Liberty Bell was given to the United States by Queen Elizabeth II.
Yep.
So this is housed in a tower that was once intended for the Liberty Bell at the former Visitor Center on South 3rd Street. So
Hmm.
it's good to see that I guess we've made up with Britain for this. That
Yeah, they like
they
us
gave us a
again.
present.
Well, I
I
think
guess
after World War II, when we joined and, helped fight the Nazis, that kind of solidified our,
yeah, it's kind of like the thing that you are best friends with someone, then something happens and you start hating each other, but then
and then
you
you have a
unite
common
again.
enemy. So,
Exactly.
it worked out. Or
The
maybe
enemy
after
of my
World War
enemy is
One.
my friend. What's that?
Yeah. World War One, weren't we on the same side? I don't
Yeah,
know.
both World Wars. So, hmm
My mother tried with history, but there's only so much that got in.
in high school, my world history teacher was my favorite teacher. He was also my homeroom teacher too.
I liked
Um,
American history. I'm not a big fan of world history. Like
uh,
I
our,
was
well,
great with the Civil War, and then after that, everything fell apart.
yeah, as I mentioned in grade school, we had a, tremendous U.S. history teacher,
Mm,
either tremendous or, diabolical and fiendish because she made us memorize
right.
so much stuff. We had a huge constitution test, but I was, she took the top three people out to eat lunch. So, and I was among the top three and we got to go to Red Lobster. So as a, seventh or eighth grade kid, that
That's
was
like
a
the
big
coolest
deal.
thing ever. Yeah.
And it was funny that, I forget what I got, like the endless shrimp or something. And, um, whenever mom was like, you got like one of the most expensive things. You're not supposed to do that. I was like, but I was hungry. And the teacher's like, well, he ate, he like, he ate his, or no, it wasn't endless shrimp, but it was like a huge shrimp thing. She said he ate it all. So I'm fine with that. If he would have wasted, I would have been mad.
Right?
So yeah, I learned more decorum when someone else is paying since then.
Hmm.
So, the Liberty Bell was likely not wrong. Oh, well, actually, going back to the history thing, the my history teacher, he was also the girls basketball coach, and so he,
Yeah, they did that a lot. We had a lot of coaches
well,
that
yeah,
were
his
history
daughter was
teachers.
like, so my older sister is 2 years ahead of me, and
Yeah.
then this guy's daughter was a year ahead of my sister, and they went to the same grade school, and he coached eighth grade or varsity grade school there. Then he also coached in the high school, and so he was coaching his daughter, and then my sister was also on the team right behind her, so he got to coach her too. But huge basketball fan. That our
Hmm.
In high school the girls basketball team was amazing. That the head he was assistant coach, but the head coach coached my mom and then coached some of my sisters.
Holy
So
cow.
he's like the winningest basketball coach, at least
The
girls wise,
winningest.
in the state of Pennsylvania. Name's Don Barth, if anyone is familiar with that. If you want to look him up, won so many state championships. He was actually a police officer, and he was one of the extras in the movie The Night of the Living Dead. So,
Got quite a
random tri
repertoire.
random trivia fact there.
Anyway,
But the history teacher, oh, he taught my dad too. I was
that's
like his, and he was on
scary.
a state championship team at the high school too. That his picture was up there, and the guy who coached him actually coached me too. That
That's
we had long-lived
intimidating.
basketball coaches, yeah. That So he was a huge basketball fan, but he was like his first year teaching was my dad's senior year of high school, so they're only like 6 years apart or so. So he wasn't like super old, but he would just have this little outline he'd put up on the projector. So we had overhead projectors.
I had those too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty old
yeah.
too.
And so, but he would just teach from this little outline, and he would just talk. And then
Mhm.
you would write for 50 minutes or an hour or however long
Yep.
class was, and you walk out of there and you're like carrying your hand because it's gone numb on you. So uh but he was so great. He would throw in these little one liners of he just be talking
Mhm.
blah 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 blah, and then he just throw this in a little joke, and you kind of stop. You're still
You're still
trying not to
writing, and all
stop
of a sudden
writing,
you'd write the joke.
but then you're
Yeah.
looking up at him, and he would give you this little wink of, yes, I just said that, you got my joke, good job. And so such a great guy. But thing I learned from him was that there was not just two world wars, there were like nine world wars.
Yeah,
It goes
because
back
like
to like
we
the,
only cared in history about the ones that we were involved in.
although we were involved in more of them, like the French and Indian War was
Oh,
one.
that's right. There
Like
were
the
all
War of
those funky
1812
ones.
became that. And so he goes through, is like, yeah, this was a world war because it encompassed the world then, but it just wasn't not titled World War whatever.
Yeah,
So,
that
um,
makes sense.
so
Yeah,
we
I
learned
learned
an
about all
awful
those in
lot.
history class long time
Yeah.
ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
You're
Oh,
right.
sorry.
Eventually, my child will have history class and I'll learn it again.
Yeah, that's the
So that'll be
so
fine.
students who are in, either high school, college, whatever. Why do I even need to learn this? Well,
Because your
when you have
parents need to
kids
learn
and
it.
they learn it, you need to explain it to them.
And I
But
will
go ahead.
be that parent because my husband also likes history and stuff. So we'll be those parents that I hated as when my parents did it to me. We're going to drag my kid out to all the historical sites in the world. Yeah.
It's educational. It's fine.
I told you Gettysburg was like the worst place. It was awful. Now I would appreciate it as an adult, but at 15, when I was a petulant teenager, oof. Mm-mm.
We went there when I was 12, which was actually, ironically, when I was wearing another shirt just like this because it was 1992 and the summer of the Olympics with the Dream Team. We have pictures of me and my sister alternating me wearing the jersey and the other USA stuff. But age 12, a battlefield where people got like shot and stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
So
No. I was like, okay, there's a field. My father was like, oh, and people died. And just imagine that, the Confederates are coming up over that rise. And I was like, I can imagine it in about 5 minutes. And now I'm done. Can we keep going somewhere else? No, I don't need to like okay. Like I wanted to go to the museums and stuff. No, my
Yeah.
father wanted to go to the battlefields. And I was like, okay.
So, yeah, that age, I can
Yeah.
understand it. So, anyway, back on track.
Anyway,
The Liberty Bell.
back to Philadelphia.
Yeah. It, when we did our trip, we drove from Pittsburgh to Philly or Pittsburgh to Gettysburg to Hershey, and then we went past Philly and we went to the beach. So,
Oh,
you know,
well, I'm right in the middle in Connecticut, so I've done
yeah.
Boston, Philly. Gettysburg is a haul
Yeah, for you
through
it
the
is.
Amish country for me.
Even for us, it's like a 3 hour drive, three and a half
Mm,
hour drive. So, or no, not quite that long. Maybe about three,
yeah,
because
it's a
there's no,
haul.
you have to go off side roads and yeah,
It's way out there in the country.
worth visiting. But
It's
yeah.
worth visiting. I have friends of mine that go like every year when they do the reenactments.
And if you listen about a year ago to this
They did a
podcast, we have a nice
podcast. That's
three-part
right.
episode. And if you listen again, talking about the Constitution, coming up in August and September, we do a five-part series on Antietam, also known
Oh,
as the
that's
Battle of
right.
Sharpsburg.
I did like, no, they're different, aren't they?
No, it's, well, the South named it for the nearest body of water.
Mm-hmm.
The North, or no,
Something.
North named it for the closest city. So like
Yeah.
Manassas and Bull Run are the same thing, Antietam and Sharpsburg are the same thing.
Oh, okay. Because I've heard it both ways, and I know
Yeah,
Civil War because my father is Civil War nutcase, and I've been to Antietam, but I'm
so
north,
have I.
so
Yeah.
probably explains why it's Antietam. That was probably
So,
my favorite Civil War site to go to was Antietam. That was cool.
well, you'll be thrilled whenever you listen to
I will listen to
the
that one,
complete
yes.
nerdy detail that
Yeah.
Roger and Tyler and I go into. So, but
Anyway,
anyway, Liberty Bell. It was likely not rung on July 4th. It was probably rung on July 8th with all bunch of other bells in Philly whenever they actually read the Declaration of Independence in public.
yes.
So the whole thing, well, on July 4th, no, probably not.
No.
So never let the facts get in the way of a good story, okay?
Right.
So, but yeah, whenever you go there, be careful because get your tickets early.
Yeah,
Talk to your
definitely get
travel
your
advisor
tickets
about
early
that.
because the line is insane
Yeah.
for a bell.
So, other place to go see is the Betsy Ross house.
Yes.
So, Betsy Ross lived from 1752 to 1836, supposedly sewed the first American flag,
Hmm.
and this was popularized by her grandsons, William and George Canby, in 1876. So, 100 years since the Declaration of Independence. Oh, yeah, my grandma sewed the first flag. Of course,
Yes.
by then, how can
Who
you
knew?
check? So, that's the key. You have to make a plausible claim that no one can fact check.
Right.
It's like the key to originality, remembering what someone else said, but forgetting where they said it.
Hmm.
I can't remember where I read that somewhere,
I
but
don't, yeah, exactly.
So the quote unquote Betsy Ross house that they have now is probably not the house that Betsy Ross lived in.
Correct.
Her house, it's probably the next door neighbor's house. That
Hmm.
her house was likely torn down to quote unquote lessen the hazards of fire. And she lived in that house only for a couple years from 1776 to 1779. Uh, Shortly before 1976, her remains, or at least we think those were her remains, were moved to
There's
like
no way to
and put
really
into a
know.
graveyard. Yeah, they didn't quite
There's no
keep
such thing as
accurate
DNA
records.
back then.
Yeah, so the house was restored to how it would have looked in 1776, and there's a lot of historical exhibits.
Yeah, it's
So
actually
there,
really cool.
yeah, there's a an outer part that's kind of like the gift shop that you can go into,
Yeah,
and then you have to pay to go actually into the more historical
the historical
area.
site part, but it's kind of neat. I like the fact that they have like different historical exhibits that you would not normally see. They have more like clothing type of stuff,
Yeah, well, from
which
coming
is,
from a
well,
seamstress,
that's,
it seems
yeah,
appropriate, right?
but that's type of stuff that I would be interested in,
Mm-hmm.
because I have seamstresses in the family, you know,
So not exactly historically,
super
historic,
accurate.
but yeah, it's but it gives you
but
the
close.
impression.
Yeah.
So this is more of the Disney-esque history of like
Disney,
Epcot. Of
yes.
this is not exactly what you get in there, but this is like the feeling you get. So it gives you the
Yeah.
the overall aura.
Mm.
Now we talked about Ben Franklin. If you want to go to the Ben Franklin house,
Yes.
that was demolished in 1812.
Yeah.
So, but they have the Franklin Court, which is an open air steel quote unquote ghost structure that outlines the exact footprint of Franklin's mansion.
Yes.
So you kind of go where it was.
Yeah.
Kind of anticlimactic on that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now, something that is pretty neat though is the Elfreth's Alley. How about that for a
Yes.
name? So this is the oldest continuously inhabited residential street in the United States.
It's
There
kind of
are,
cool to walk down.
yeah, there are 32 houses from the 18th century, and there's the Elfreth's Alley Museum, which
Hmm.
is open only Fridays through Sundays, and it's only open like 12 to 4, so it's not open
Yeah.
a whole lot.
It's very limited, but it's
Yeah,
it's cool. It's interesting. It's
yeah,
something to
the
do once.
I mean, to get in, it's only $3 for adults, $2 for kids, so it's really
Hmm.
affordable. They have guided tours that are at 2:30 on Sundays, Saturdays, and Sundays. $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and they'll go down the street and talk about the different houses and things along those
Yeah.
lines. And then there's also an audio tour, which is only $3. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real neat thing to spend an hour or so and look at some really cool old buildings.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of really cool old buildings, the Eastern State Penitentiary.
One of the coolest places to visit. So let's preface this as I believe in ghosts. Okay.
I mean, there's people who
So
don't.
I absolutely go to this place and like this is one of those places that will get you.
So it was originally the Cherry Hill State Prison. It was in operation from 1829 to 1970, and that was
Hmm.
briefly used in 1971 to house prisoners after the riot at the Holmesburg prison.
Yes.
So then it opened for tours in 1994. It was the largest and most expensive public structure in the U.S. when it was completed.
Hmm.
It was the model for more than 300 prisons worldwide, and it refined the revolutionary system of separate incarceration.
Yes.
So they had individual cells, not like communal sleeping rooms that they had before.
Yeah.
And the whole idea was to emphasize reform, not here's your punishment for being in for doing something wrong. Let's
Yeah.
try to get you to be a upstanding
They were like
citizen
the
when you come out.
first, yeah, they were the first system to kind of start that process, which, yeah, I mean, does it work? Does it not work?
But it's at least more
Depends on.
humane than,
It's
you
more
know,
humane though. It's definitely more humane.
it's like the better than the well, I guess they still did it later on, the cool hand Luke chain gang thing. So
Hmm.
well, let's make them productive. Teach them a
Right?
skill, right? Road maintenance. Now, some notable inmates was Al Capone.
Yes.
So
Which I don't know if they still do. I haven't been there in quite a few years, but they used to have the cell set up.
I'm sure it's still the
I'm
same. Yeah,
sure it's
that's a
still the
big draw.
same, but they have like things, not stuff that he used, but like examples of things that he might have used when he was in jail, it's interesting to see the difference, between like what we think of jail and prison now and what it was back then.
Yeah, and just as a little side note, this is why you pay your taxes, boys and girls, because that's
Mm,
why he went to jail.
yeah,
It wasn't because he was a bad person otherwise. It was because of
no,
tax evasion.
yeah.
So, yeah. Another famous inmate was Willie Sutton,
Hmm.
who stole about $2 million over 40 years of robbing banks. And this was back, well, like 1930s, I believe.
Yeah, I
So
think
it was a whole lot more
1930s.
money then. 30s, 40s, something like, or he was over like 20-year span that he robbed banks.
Yeah.
So he escaped prison 3 times, and this is
Hmm.
including from the Eastern State Penitentiary. That him and about 12 other guys, well, not about, but 12 other guys went through a tunnel, but they broke out through daylight and were spotted immediately, and then they
Like,
were quickly
come on.
apprehended.
You really?
Well, I guess you start at night and your digging's like, all right, guys, we can make it. And then, like, wow, it's already 9 in the morning. Oh, crap.
Like you couldn't have just like thought about that just a little bit.
Well, I guess the maybe depending on where they were digging the tunnel, if they
That's true.
didn't get out, it was going to be found another day.
Mm,
So yeah, this is when you need the Shawshank Redemption thing. You got to
right? That's what it's for. Well,
get that
that's what it was
poster
based
of
off of.
yeah. Who was the poster that he hung up to cover the hole?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, though. Oh,
Oh, so good.
it's so good. But yeah, I think that's what it was based off of, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
or the book was based off of
mhm.
that specifically.
But Willie Sutton, he claimed to have never used a loaded gun during his robberies, and also supposedly never robbed a bank whenever a lady screamed or a baby cried. So
Yes,
he was a gentleman. You know, he
he was
didn't
a
want to upset
gentleman.
people.
He was a gentleman bank robber.
Yes. Now, when people asked him, why did you rob banks? He supposedly said, because that's where the money is. He later denied saying that. But what he actually said was that he robbed banks because he liked doing it. That he was basically an adrenaline junkie, that he got a thrill out of, he got a kick out of the thrill you get from robbing banks. So, okay. Don't try to dump kids, please. Now, they do have tours of this. There are guided tours. And then there's even a self guided audio tour that's narrated by Steve Buscemi. So, that'd be
Which
interesting.
it's, yeah, that's appropriate.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great actor and he does his parts well, but he's got some crazy eyes.
Yeah,
Guy seems like he could be.
but it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely appropriate for the
Yeah.
self-guided tours.
Just picturing him saying all this stuff with that look in his eyes. Yeah. So they do have special events there and offered throughout the year. And one of the big things is Halloween nights.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are in October to early November. So like the ghost tour type thing, haunted house.
Yeah, those are the ghost tours are like, yeah, because they've done quite a lot of ghost tours in there.
Oh
And
yeah, it was on Ghost Hunters and a couple other shows
yeah.
along those lines. And it was also used as a setting in the movie 12 Monkeys with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt.
Hmm. But yeah, there's been quite a lot of paranormal activity, as one would expect.
Yeah, those historical places,
Oh,
it
they all have
happened.
them.
Yeah. Speaking of things, Gettysburg, all their ghost tours
Oh,
there too.
I've seen some of the stories of what people have seen in like Gettysburg and Antietam, and it's oof. Mm-mm.
Again, go listen to the podcast about
Hmm.
Gettysburg we did, and Tyler and Roger tell a few stories there.
Hmm.
So yeah, just don't mess with it. I
Right?
believe you, ghosts. You're nice people. I'm here to respect, not
Yeah.
infringe. It's like in movie Ghostbusters. You know, do you believe in like UFOs, the Loch Ness monster, Bigfoot, and the theory of Atlantis? And Winston Edwards like, if there's a steady paycheck, I'll believe anything you say. So moving on to more of a cultural and learning aspect, as if this wasn't learning enough, along Benjamin Franklin Parkway. So this was modeled after the Avenue des Champs-Élysées in Paris. So kind of like this cultural thing. I mean, it's giving me kind of a look. I don't know.
Champs-Élysées.
Champs-Élysées.
We know that you can't do French, so it's
No,
okay. You
I
tried.
got. I
You
said
gave
it
it your
fast
best
enough. So
shot.
you know, if you say it fast and move on, then you're good.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of different things along this street, and it's a big wide boulevard. That
Mm,
there's the Barnes Foundation, which is only open Thursdays through Mondays. So in other words, it's closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
yeah.
So interesting thing here, it's an art museum, but the art is arranged in ensembles that emphasize visual relationships.
Mm,
And there's no
that's art.
labels on the art.
Which I like to know who the artists are, so that always frustrates
Now
me.
you can learn who that is, that they do have guided tours and
They do have guided tours,
there's a
yes,
mobile
but
gallery guide. So basically an app so you can check it
yeah.
out. But it's more of let's appreciate how this art is assembled and put it in like some context or, you know, in relation with other art.
And
But
how
then if
does
you
it
want to know
make
the
you
new
feel? Yeah.
yes.
Well, that's what art is for. It's for the emotions.
I thought it was there to hang in galleries so that could get, you know, drag your kids to it, and so they have to walk. Are we done yet, Dad? Are we
Right.
done? No.
I did that. We so we get like the free museums with Henry's like kid pass or whatever that we got. And we went to one of the art museums and I go, "How does the art make you feel?" And he goes, "It's a picture of a hamburger. It makes me hungry." I was like, "Well, I mean, actually, that's appropriate." Yeah.
No, we have the same thing that we got the museum pass for the Carnegie Museums in Pittsburgh. So there's
Yeah.
the Natural History Museum, there's the Art Museum, there's the Carnegie, well, it's now it's the Kamen Science Center, no longer
Yeah.
Carnegie.
Whatever.
So, but they're fun. We've been doing that stuff. We have the Children's Museum in Pittsburgh. There's the Andy
Mm.
Warhol Museum,
I love
which
the Andy Warhol Museum.
I've gone there a couple times, especially for their different exhibits. The one time they had Darth Vader helmets that were painted in different ways.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, I thought that was really neat. I took my nephews. Oh, this was years ago when they were younger. There were some other exhibits that were not quite kid friendly though.
Mm.
They were a little bit risque. That they had this one room. And there was like this little skeleton in there. It was on like 2, 3 feet tall. Um, and my nephews were kind of like, "Ooh, it's a creepy skeleton." They were kind of nervous going. I was like, "Here, hide behind me." And then we got closer, and it was not completely a skeleton. It did have a certain organ
Ah,
that
wow.
it was doing
Not
something that
appropriate for certain
would not
ages. Yeah.
appropriate for certain ages. Yeah, or not appropriate for in public, I would say. I was like, "Oh, um, okay."
Just keep your eyes closed and we're gonna go this
It's like, "All right,
way.
yeah, just keep hiding behind me so you don't see the scary skeleton."
Right?
Not that they would have noticed that anyway, but it was like, "Oh, wow.
Mm.
All right."
Although my child is the odd one out, they brought the bodies exhibit back last year where they have all the different body parts and like
Mm-hmm.
they tell you that you can't, like, unless you're like 12 or older, go into these exhibits. And he's like, "That's not fair. I want to see all the sciencey stuff." I was like, "No, not appropriate. Sorry, kid.
Yeah.
Not what you think."
Now at the Barnes Foundation, they do have art classes as well. So if you want to
Mm,
learn how to draw,
that's not going to help me, but okay.
no. Although I have done the art classes that are offered at Disney for drawing Disney characters, and with their proper
Yeah,
instruction, I can draw something that looks kind of like what it's supposed to look like.
I'm more of a Jackson Pollock sort of artist. It's about as good as I get.
Who's it? Mondrian, the guy who just had like the geometric shapes.
Mm,
I can draw squares and rectangles.
no, my squares are still crooked.
That's why there's rollers. I
That's,
can do
yeah.
that.
I can draw a square with a ruler. That's about as far as I
Yeah.
get. I need accessories.
Yeah. Now another place along the line along the Franklin Parkway there is the Franklin Institute.
My favorite science museum ever.
So this was founded on February 5th, 1824. It was done for to an important force in the professionalization of American science and technology through the 19th century.
Yes.
Into the
They have
20th
some really
century,
awesome exhibits.
yeah, 20th century, they shifted more towards general educating the general public through the museums. And they've had some groundbreaking technology displayed at the Institute, like
Yes.
the International Electrical Exhibition of 1884,
Yeah.
and also the first public demonstration of an all electronic TV system
Hmm.
on August 25th, 1934, which this made me
Yes.
question, like, what do you mean all electronic? I mean, is there non-electronic TVs? Is like
They weren't back in the day.
do they run like with potatoes or something? Is that, like the potato batteries? I don't, so anyway, in 1934, it moved to its current location, and it has a couple different buildings or segments,
Yeah.
areas, whatever.
It's
And
gorgeous. I love it.
yeah, what Amanda's talking about that she likes, I imagine, is the Franklin Institute Science Museum.
Yes.
And this is most recognizable part. And there are some different exhibits here that are
Permanent,
permanent ones. There's one that's electricity.
which is my favorite. They have a life size or a giant, what the heck is it called? A Van der Graaf machine.
There was at the big ball that
Yeah, the big ball thing. It's
you
cool.
put your, yeah.
Yeah. And they do exhibits in the electricity room of the Van der Graaf unit. It's very cool. Every 30
Yeah, very
minutes.
appropriate to be in the Franklin Institute about electricity.
Electricity.
because he's the guy who created electricity. He invented it
Yeah,
by
he
flying a
invented it. No,
kite.
he discovered it. There's a difference.
It's just like no, he's just like Isaac Newton. He invented gravity. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, he discovered a lot of the uses of it, and
Yeah,
he didn't quite fly a kite with a key attached in the thunderstorm.
right.
That's not a good idea. Don't try that at home, kids. So no, he did a lot of the experiments, and Franklin was such an interesting guy, inventing the
He had
bifocals.
so many interesting inventions. He was just such a cool like person.
Plus, the with the printing stuff and the Poor Richard's Almanac, and he had a heck of a sense of humor too.
Yes.
If you read some of his writings. So, but yeah, the electricity stuff. I remember in college I studied electrical engineering, and the one guy who was a bit of an older um, professor whenever I was there, but he was got really into the arcing and sparking stuff that he would sometimes demonstrate.
That's always
Taking those
fun.
two big orbs and having the spark of electricity going
Oh
through
yeah.
them, and he got really into it. He had the goggles and the white lab coat and everything. He got so excited on those demonstration days.
Those are fun. I would be excited too.
Oh yeah. Another one was the changing Earth with the different exhibits at the Franklin Institute. So how air, water, and land and people change the Earth.
Hmm.
There's the Franklin Air Show, which has a restored Wright Brothers Model B airplane
Yep.
and a U.S. Air Force 1948 T-33 Shooting Star jet trainer.
Hmm.
So, again, we talked on here before about the Washington, D.C. and going to there with the Smithsonian and the Air and
Yeah.
Space Museum. Both of them, the was it Udeze um, something center, and then there's the one that's on the mall, and both of those are so cool.
Hmm.
I could spend my entire trip there.
Yeah.
There's also the Giant Heart,
Which
which has been
is
a
my
Philly
favorite thing
icon.
ever.
Yeah, it's been there since 1954. Then there's
It's
the
totally cool to follow the path, like
yeah,
it's tiny. I mean, you squeeze yourself through these little capillaries. It's like, oh,
mm-hmm,
oh boy. Okay. If you're claustrophobic, don't go in there.
mm-hmm.
But it's so much fun. And it really like you hear the beat of the heart as you're going through. Boom, 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 boom. It's great. It's just
I
I think
yeah,
it's
I
cool.
think it
I
might be
work in healthcare. Can you tell? Like
yeah.
this is just.
The Children's Museum of Pittsburgh, I think, has something along those lines. It's not quite
I
as
am
big
a
and as
child.
elaborate,
Yeah.
but they have some big stuff like that that kids play with. In the Cayman Science Center has a thing you can like pull out this little. Oh, it's supposed to be like it's the length of the small intestine, but you like
Oh
pull it out of this
yeah.
machine, and it's
We
like
have one
see
in
how
our
long
science
this
center.
is.
Yeah. So you can see like
Yeah,
how long it really is in the body. Yeah.
they have the Joel N. Bloom Observatory. This was
Yep.
remodeled in 2006 as 5 telescopes.
Hmm.
There's the Sports Zone, which is like an interactive exhibits that showcase the science behind sports, which this is what I get into. It's physics.
It's physics. Yeah.
You're learning something by throwing this ball.
Right.
Although the more you understand, that's why I teach or I coach my daughter's baseball team. So a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds. And so trying to have them catch pop ups. It's like, all right,
Hmm.
now judging fly balls. Let me teach you about parabolic arcs, kids.
Right.
Although we did do something that we took like a little foam, like Nerf type ball. And for kids who were having trouble catching fly balls, we're like, all right, I'm going to throw this up. It's got to hit you in the head.
Right.
It actually made a difference that the kids, once they got under it, because you got to be under the ball, get your glove up. This one, they're getting under it and they're just looking straight up. So they're getting under the ball. And then they're learning, oh, this didn't hurt very much. Let me try and catch it next time. And
Yeah,
it made a difference.
it does.
They also have the train factory with a Baldwin 60,000 steam locomotive.
Hmm. Which
So it was,
moves.
yeah, it was
You can
built
get
in
on the train and it
1926.
moves. Like moves
Yeah.
a little bit.
And they moved it into the museum as the museum was being built.
Yeah,
So
it's huge.
yeah. There are also 2 other trains from the early 1800s,
Yep.
although it's currently being refurbished. So
Yeah, last time I was
yeah.
there, it wasn't open. It's been a long time.
There's also Sir Isaac's Loft, where you can blend art and science to make a masterpiece.
Yeah.
There's Space Command, which has some actual spacesuits,
Yep.
and you can also see your house in real time via satellite.
Yes, you can.
So if we were traveling away, it's like, oh, did I forget to close the garage door? Let me check. Check to see if your house is still there. Type of
Right.
thing. See if you hired someone to cut the lawn. Is the neighborhood kid actually doing it? So there's another one is Amazing Machine, which has like these old machines. You can see how like they resemble current machines too.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool to see
Yeah,
the
I like that stuff.
development.
And then there's also Your Brain.
Your brain. I
This
love
is
it.
your brain on drugs. Oh wait,
Oh,
sorry.
wait.
1980s anti-drug campaigns.
It was still in the 90s.
Yeah, Google it, kids. It has an 18-foot tall, and it's a lucky chamber or a lucky climber. Sorry,
Hmm.
lucky Luckey that simulates the neural pathways sending messages.
Yeah.
This is like climbing structure. I know a couple different. Actually, the Pittsburgh Pirates have one at their stadium at PNC Park.
Oh,
It's in
yeah.
the outfield, like a kid thing just for kids to climb on, just a
Yeah.
little kid zone. Um, our children's museum has one of those. I love doing that.
They're fun.
I'm a bit too big to get in them. I get stuck. It's like I can't turn
Yeah.
that way anymore. I
I
don't bend
still
quite that
try.
much. I've tried. I got part way. I was like, all right, I'm getting stuck. I got to get out.
Right.
Call the paramedics. There's also the Fells Planetarium and the Tuttleman IMAX Theater.
Yes.
Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're going to Dunkin' Donuts? Oh,
Oh,
my daughter
goody.
has her little bag of quarters. They're going to Dunkin' Donuts.
That's exciting.
Yay, donuts.
Mm.
Yay, 6, 7.
That was the other day.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it was a big deal on June 7th. Yeah.
I know. It was National Donut Day.
Yes. They oh no, that was June 5th. It was the
Or
Friday.
June 5th. It was,
Yeah.
well, oh yeah, whatever.
But
One
right
of
around
those
there.
days.
So the Franklin Institute, being with the 501st, the group that's in Philly, they get invited to a whole lot of events there to dress up in Stormtrooper or in Star Wars outfits and go to these things. So um those are so cool to see, like Darth Vader walking through this museum to do some of this stuff.
Right.
Now there's also the Benjamin Franklin National Memorial, which is a 20-foot marble statue of Ben
Yes.
Franklin. And the Franklin Institute also has the Franklin Institute Awards, also called
Yes.
the Benjamin Franklin Medal. So these are awarded in late April, early May. Some past winners or the laureates, as they, I don't know if they actually got it or if they just got later prize, whatever. Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, Marie Curie, Max Planck, Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, Bill Gates, Jane Goodall. And there's a
Yeah.
short list of people who have been
Pretty good
recognized.
people. Right.
I guess they did a few things. So next, and this sits like right at the end of the Ben Franklin Parkway, is the Philadelphia Museum of Art,
Yes.
which most famously noted for the Rocky statue.
Yes.
So these are the steps that Rocky ran up in the movies. Although the
Hmm.
statue, and they put the statue there for the movies. The statue is no longer there. It is, but it's not on top of the steps. It's at the base of the steps. Although there
Yes.
are footprints up top where Rocky stood, so you can get your Rocky pose picture done, which so many people do. One time I was there, just walking around looking at stuff, and I said like, "Oh, cool! There's the Rocky statue." And then I see these two guys in front, standing like in front of it, and they start punching each other. I was like, "Oh, cool! They're doing like a Rocky thing." I was like, "Oh, wait, no, they ain't just goofing around pretending they're Rocky." So, how appropriate in Philadelphia that I saw two guys get in a fist fight in front of the Rocky statue.
That's typical Philly.
Nothing spoke more Philly to me than that. Now, the actual Philadelphia Museum of Art, it began in 1876 for the Centennial Exposition. So, no, this is not the Tencennial. That was a Disneyland thing.
Right.
So, it was housed in Memorial Hall, and then it stayed there because it was intended to be in to start at the exposition, then extend further. So in 1877, it was called the Philadelphia Museum and School of Industrial Art. Then in 1964, the University of the Arts split off. So 1919 to 1928, they had a new building built, and it took that long to build it because there was shortage of supplies after World War One.
Yep.
A new expansion is expected to be completed in 2028, so next couple years, and it was designed by Frank Gehry. So it's been going for
Oh,
several
yeah.
years with the different expansion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the museum houses 240,000 objects from
Mm-hmm.
European, American, and Asian art. They have
All
different
sorts of things.
sculptures. Oh yeah, sculptures, paintings, prints, drawings, photographs, armor, which is really cool,
It's
and
very cool.
decorative arts. What's that?
Armor is very cool, yes.
When I was in college, I was in the honors program, and the honors group took a trip to Cleveland to go to their one museum. And I remember they had a special exhibit on different armor and um, implements of battle,
Mm,
like swords and spears and all that. That was so cool.
I've put on armor before. I have friends that are Renaissance fair fiends.
They're into heavy metal,
Yeah, they're into heavy metal.
literally.
So they're like, oh, we have armor that would fit you. And I'm like, okay, cool, put it on. It's really heavy.
Oh yeah,
I like to think that, when I read all my fantasy books that I would last. No. Mm-mm.
they can't. Not going to do this.
Nope.
Although I don't think you would be the one wearing armor back in those days.
I can, women can fight in battles.
You can, but they usually didn't, unless you're Joan of Arc.
I would be, well, no, I'm not going to be burned on the stake. I'm not that cool. Um, yeah, that's true. But I can lift a sword. So
I didn't say you couldn't. I said it was most likely you wouldn't.
true.
So I have three sisters, so I will never say a woman cannot do anything.
Yeah. It's not like my husband who's like, no, you can't, and then learns the opposite.
No, I've also learned that of never say, well, to certain women, never say no, you can't, because that just
Yeah,
means they're
no.
gonna do it. Watch me.
I'm a firstborn daughter and granddaughter and an eldest
Oh
daughter.
yeah.
So, no. The answer is, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Want to bet?
Yeah. Want to bet? I will prove you wrong.
The Philadelphia Museum of Art also has several different annexes. One is the Rodin Museum, which I was, again, that same trip to Philly, just walking around the outside of it, and I saw the a statue of the thinker sitting there. I was like,
Mhm.
wait, what is that doing here? Isn't
Right?
that? But it's not the original; it's a recast, which they
It's a
have several of
recast.
them. But very appropriate that it's there though because they have the Rodin Museum.
Right?
Another place is the Academy of Natural Sciences of Drexel University,
Hmm.
which I actually looked at that college whenever I was deciding on colleges. I thought it'd be pretty cool to be a Drexel Dragon.
Yeah. That would be
So
cool, huh?
yeah, and basically it's your typical natural history museum.
Except they
Although
have a T-Rex.
to channel my your inner John Hammond, say it again. We have a T-Rex. So I love that movie.
Although
So
technically, Jurassic Park did not fail because of the scientists. They failed because why would you only have one IT guy? Like, come on. You have
although
this giant park with all these dangerous animals, and you have one IT guy?
hey, they were going on a budget. Hey, Nedry even said so, try to get someone else to do what I bid for this job.
That's true.
Although the Samuel L. Jackson, the John was his Reynolds, I think his last name was,
Hmm.
he actually knew some of the stuff and he could sort of run it. So he kind of had
Yeah,
an idea. So one and a half IT guys.
but come on.
Yeah.
Like, you
So
needed
funny.
an IT team.
Have you ever seen the British comedy, the IT crowd, or it's like the It crowd? It's oh, you would love it. It is about an IT department at this company, and it's just like basically these two guys. It's a British comedy. It is so funny. And then like their boss gets appointed who has like no idea what any IT stuff is. And this is an older comedy. Well, older. It's like 1990s, early 2000s.
When it was like, yeah.
That yeah, they like convinced the one person that they have like this box. It's like, all right, be very careful with it. This control, the internet is in here. Oh man.
We used to do that to one of my older coworkers. She was not computer savvy at all.
So, but yeah,
Something would happen on the computer. We'd be like, Cheryl, you broke it. She's like, what? I didn't touch it. I'm like, you broke it just because you were here. And she believed you.
yeah, but that show's great. They answer the phone. IT department, have you turned it off and turned it on again?
Oh, they used to get so mad at me at work with my IT department because I know computers enough to know how to fix things, and they would literally do that to me. Did you turn it off and turn it back on again? And I'd be like, am I that stupid?
So, yeah,
No, I didn't try that yet. I don't know what you're talking about.
just unplug it. You're fine.
I unplugged it.
Another good comedy is, I think it's what, Mind Your Language. Another,
I've seen that one. That one's
that's
funny.
like the 1970s ish, early 80s. Very not politically correct, though. Super funny, but way not
Yeah,
politically correct.
for a person who reads, that's hilarious.
So, next up on our list, the Please Touch Museum.
Also love that museum. It's one of my
Opened
favorite kids' museums.
October 2nd, 1976. So it's old. So it's moved a few times to different locations, but it has a whole lot of hands-on exhibits. It's kind of like an edutainment thing, although
Yeah,
a lot of the exhibits are not like always designed with lessons about what the theme is, but they're more themed, so let your imagination go with it.
right. It's
So
fun.
yeah, it's a children's museum, getting kids to explore, learn stuff, try new things, get some
Yeah.
energy out. So I'm a big fan. We've done some other with the Star Wars group. They've been invited to the Please Touch Museum several times too.
hmm
That's always fun.
It's a great kids' museum. It really is.
Yeah. So if you have youngsters, this is where you want to
That's
take
the
them.
place to go.
Because especially if you go to one of the other ones, no, don't touch it. No, don't touch it. No, don't touch it.
Right.
Go ahead.
I never understood that. Like, I mean, I get it because, they're precious artifacts and stuff, but like, things are meant to be examined.
hmm And as kids say, can I see it? And then they grab it. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
you see. Now, since we were talking about art, Love Park. Now, this is not really that big, but it's the love sculpture.
Yes, it's the highlight of Philadelphia. It's like going to Las Vegas and not going to see the Vegas sign.
Yeah, it's the city of
Like,
brotherly love. So you got to do it. This is on
you
the
got to
corner
go to
of,
the love side. Yeah.
yeah, North 15th Street and Arch Street. So stop by, get your picture. Okay, we did it. Move on.
Right.
There's also the Philadelphia Zoo.
The oldest
Open,
zoo in America.
yeah, open July 1st, 1874. So happy belated birthday.
hmm
42 acres, has 1,300 animals. And
hmm
there's a lot of things in here
They
that
actually have
there's,
really cool stuff. Yeah.
yeah. And this is just a short list of it because they have like it separated into all the different
Areas. Yeah.
yeah, with all the animals. It's a big zoo. So, yeah.
Huge.
Zoo 360, which allows animals to travel along suspended or ground level mesh structures. So, there's a
hmm
couple of them. There's Big Cat Crossing, Gorilla Treeway, the Treetop Trail. I misspelled that. Um, the Great Ape Trail, and the Meerkat Maze. So, they're animals that, can climb on things,
Yeah.
but it's a way to, get a different view of them.
hmm
There's also the Rare Animal Conservation Center, where you can get close-up views of some of the world's most endangered animals, like the
Yes.
naked mole rat, which um, on my evaluations one year, one of my students said I looked like one of those. So,
I could see that. It's from Kim Possible. What's his name? He's a naked
oh,
mole rat,
good
right?
question.
Kim Possible. I had it. Oh my gosh. We were just talking about this recently when we were talking about Epcot and the Kim Possible thing that no longer exists. It's Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable and the naked mole
Rufus.
rat.
Ru-
Rufus. Yes, Rufus. That's going to be your new nickname, Rufus, the naked mole rat. Because now, yeah, I can see that. Okay.
I'll claim it's Rufus from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think there's a guy named Rufus in there too.
Okay, now you're going to be the naked mole rat from Kim Possible. That's what you should do that as a Halloween. You should have, oh my God, India would be the best Kim Possible.
First, let's introduce her to Kim Possible, then we'll go.
Yes, that would be amazing. Anyway, back to naked mole rats and
Yes.
Brazilian
Also,
porcupines. They've
Brazilian
got there too.
porcupines, golden lion tamarins, the Francois langurs, the Bolivian gray titi monkeys, and Rodriguez fruit bats.
Yeah, they're
Those fruit
cute.
bats are cool.
I love fruit bats. They're so sweet.
There's also the Hamilton Family Kidzoo U. That's all one word, Kidzoo U,
Hmm.
and Ferris Family Education Center. So it's basically a big petting zoo.
It's a big petting zoo, but it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's fun petting zoo.
For my dad with a daughter who loves animals, okay, go get your cuddling
Yep.
on. There's also Wings of the World where you can hand feed some birds. And it's not like just the little lorikeets you get with like little nectar things.
Yeah, no, it's like
You,
actual birds.
yeah, there's Indian peafowls, which kind of look like peacocks.
Hmm.
There's golden pheasants. Uh, was that Temink,
Chemix,
tragopans, and
Tragopan.
spotted doves.
Yeah, I don't go in there. I don't like birds. Birds freak me
Uh,
out.
yeah, I've seen Hitchcock. All right, we're
Yeah,
good.
no, that was the first horror movie I ever watched was The Birds. We went to a sleepover at one of my girlfriend's houses. I think I was like 7, and her dad was like, "This is a great movie to watch." We put a mattress in front of the fireplace because we were afraid of the birds. Just show a horror movie to 7-year-olds. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
my
birds.
daughter likes horror movies, although my wife likes the Indonesian horror movies. So
Those are more fun.
they're,
I can imagine.
yeah. And so my daughter likes to watch. She's like, it's during the day. It's not scary, Daddy.
Yeah.
All right. When you wake up with a nightmare, hey, honey, she's your kid now. It's
Mm-hmm.
your fault.
Right?
With the Lion King line with Mufasa, before sunrise, he's your
He's
kid.
yours. Before sunrise, he is your son.
Yep. You even got the voice there pretty good. The
Mm.
little baritone going. Impressive. Oh, that was appropriate. Impressive. Most impressive. Coming from Simba. So now there's also the Adventure Aquarium. Now this is across the Ben Franklin Bridge. This is in New Jersey. It
Mm.
has 2 million gallons of water.
Which is a
So
lot,
I hate to see that water bill filling that thing up, right?
right?
It has the largest shark collection in the Northeast, and it has the longest shark tunnel in New Jersey, which
Who?
made me wonder how many shark tunnels are in New
Yeah.
Jersey. So where they built it. All right.
Shark Tank. Okay.
So it's basically that, 180-degree dome,
Yeah,
tunnel that you can walk
those are
through that's
fun.
all glass and you can see sharks from below.
Yeah,
Those are pretty neat.
those are cool.
The Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium has one of those too. They also have one that you can go under the polar bears
Oh,
and the
that's gotta be
seals.
fun.
So there's also Button and Jenny, who are
Oh.
the only hippos you can find in an aquarium in the U.S.
So I have to say hippos are my spirit animal. So hippopotami are vegetarians, but they will eat you just because they hate you.
Oh, they're
Like that's appropriate for me.
when you put it that way,
When you put it
that's
that way, that is,
that's
you are my
definitely
spirit
Amanda.
animal. They are actually vegetarians, but they will go after animals and humans just because they hate you. You're in
Oh,
their
they're
space,
very territorial.
just
So
very
yeah.
territorial. So I am absolutely a hippo. I'm not a
So
vegetarian, but I
yeah.
like all people, but I will go after you if you're in my space.
So
It's
yeah.
like I can appreciate that. Okay.
Now they also have two species of warm weather penguins,
Yes,
which penguins in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area.
they're warm.
Yeah, but still, I mean, Pittsburgh penguins are routinely booed. So other penguins. Yeah, Sidney Crosby, if you ever watch a Flyers Penguins game, he's not given a warm welcome.
Mm-mm.
And even if you watch just Flyers games, sometimes they have a chant that it's Crosby and then something that rhymes with trucks.
Yeah.
That they'll chant that when he's playing and also when he's not playing. That
Huh.
I've there was a game I was watching on TV that Philly was playing, and I heard him like, "Wait, Sidney Crosby's not playing. Why are you?"
Because
Okay,
they still hate him.
yeah,
It's just that
with a passion.
with a passion. Nothing brings people together like hate. I
Yeah.
just that's
And with New Jersey, the New Jersey Devils don't like him too much either. So, but Philly is above and beyond.
mhm.
Now there's also the Battleship New Jersey Memorial or Museum and Memorial. This is in Camden, New Jersey.
Yes.
So again, go across the bridge, but it's still pretty easy to get to. It's the USS New Jersey, which is BB 62. So you'll see the big 62 pinned on it. It's an
Mhm.
Iowa class battleship. And those were the
Pretty
only
cool.
battleships fast enough to keep up with modern aircraft carriers.
Hmm.
So in the New Jersey has an incredible history that it was launched on December 7th, 1942. So 1 year after Pearl Harbor.
Yep.
It was decommissioned a few times, but it was finally removed from the Navy registry on January 4th, 1999. So 50 years. It's the
Not too bad.
most decorated battleship in the United States or in US Navy history.
Yeah.
It served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, during the Cold War, and in the Middle East.
Wow.
It had its last action in 1991, and it has sailed more miles, well, steamed more miles, fought in
Mm.
more battles, and fired more shells than any other battleship in U.S. Navy history.
Wow.
So it's like Guinness
That's
Book of World
impressive,
Records. Yeah.
right?
Opened as a museum in October of 2001. So there are both guided and self-guided tours, and you get to quote unquote fire an M2 machine gun.
Hmm.
So I haven't been on this one, but I've been on a couple other ones. The again the Cayman Science Center in Pittsburgh, they have the USS Requiem, which is a submarine from World War II, and so you get to go
Yeah.
down and see the sleeping quarters and the galley and
Yeah.
where the
It's
torpedoes are stored and all that.
very claustrophobic.
Radio room, yeah. And I've also been on the USS Intrepid, which is an aircraft carrier in New York City.
Yeah, I've been on that one.
We were there. So our I played lacrosse in high school, and our coach was from New Jersey, and so we went and played a couple teams from his hometown, like his area that he had connections with.
Hmm.
But as part of it, we went and went to New York City one day, and it was Good Friday. It was like Easter weekend that we went because that's how we were able to get off from school. That
Yeah.
the school was closed anyway, so we didn't have to miss too much of it. Um, but that was like the threat because I went to North Catholic high school. That they were like, all right, it's Good Friday. If you guys aren't good, we're going to Good Friday Mass. And you know that that Mass lasts like 2 hours.
Forever.
So and so we went by St. Patrick's Cathedral while the Mass was going on. They're like, all right, guys, be good, or else we're going in.
But going to mass at St. Patrick's would have been like
Oh, yeah, I've been there. It's such a gorgeous cathedral.
it's a gorgeous cathedral and like it would have been like a once in a lifetime,
Oh yeah,
but not when you're a teenager and you're being threatened with it.
yeah. It's like, touring New York City and doing cool stuff, or
Go sit in
Good
church.
Friday Mass. Okay.
Eesh.
Well, not Mass service. It's not really Mass.
Service. Yeah.
But yeah, we went on the Intrepid. So that was pretty
Yeah,
neat
that's a
going
pretty cool
there.
one.
They had an SR-71 Blackbird
We have one near us.
somewhere.
We have the submarine force. It's the USS Nautilus. So
Nuclear powered
um
submarine.
it's the first nuclear powered vessel submarine, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Named after 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the Nautilus.
Yes.
And it was funny that whenever that attraction opened in Disneyland, Walt Disney had like the second, or I forget, it was like the second or third, or whatever, largest submarine fleet in the world because he had eight of
Yeah.
them. So,
So that was pretty cool. We've been there a few times and they let you down in it and they let you go in the, I don't go in the submarine anymore. I'm too old for that. It's very claustrophobic in
yeah.
there.
But the battleship and other stuff, they're bigger.
Battleships are fun. I'll go in the
Yeah.
battleships. Submarines, not so much. Although both of my grandfathers were Navy men and served on submarines, so it should be in my genetics, but apparently I just, nope,
They might have had bad experiences, so that's why it's
right?
like,
No, thank you. Uh,
But yeah, though I highly recommend going to those just for the history,
The
to
history
honor
is
the
very
people who
cool.
served,
Yeah.
and yeah, learning something about it gives you a better appreciation for what people went through. So yeah,
Yeah, like when you get in some of these like battleships and submarines, like you think about it like you're one person or you're with a tour of maybe 5 to 10 people. Like they had crews of 30 to 50 people
for some of the smaller ones, yeah, and
for
then
some of the smaller
like the
ones. And
then the
you're in
bigger
that,
aircraft carriers or whatever, more, yeah.
yeah, and you're in that space and it's like you think it's small with just
Hmm.
a few people in there. It's like, oof, no thank you. Uh,
And then imagine just, it's one thing to be on that thing while it's, you know,
docked,
docked, and then imagine being like the middle of the Atlantic or the middle of the Pacific on
underwater,
that.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
No, nope, no, you could not pay me enough. Mm-mm. No, thank you.
Now heading back to Philly proper, the Museum of the American Revolution.
Yes.
They have some pretty cool stuff in there, like a reproduction of the Liberty Tree from Boston,
Yes. Which there's
replicate,
also a replica of that in Disney World
yes, and with the lanterns hung on it
in
in
Liberty Square.
Liberty Square. Yeah, it always ties back to Disney somehow.
Always goes back.
They also have a replica of a privateer ship, and you get to experience war at sea, which is this is like one of the
Yes.
more popular
Which is
exhibits,
very
both
cool
for kids and not kids.
for.
I remember going on the up in Boston, the Boston Harbor, where you
Yeah,
can
they have the
throw, well, one, the Constitution's there, and then you can throw the
you can pretend
exhibit
to
where you
throw
can
tea. Yeah.
throw tea into the harbor. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember doing that several times.
Hmm.
And the Museum of the American Revolution also has exhibits about some of the battles, and then like a camp from like George Washington's camp. They have a video on
Yeah.
that, and they
They
also
have
have
a
a lot.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it gets into the people of that time too. Specifically, like African Americans, how were they impacted? Native Americans. So
Right.
you get a couple different perspectives of what it would be like to be a person living at that time. So
Yeah.
good history lesson.
Hmm.
There's also the National Constitution Center, which has a couple of different exhibits. Just a few of them. One is called Freedom Rising, which is a 360-degree multimedia presentation. Like, you sit all around the center thing.
Yeah.
It talks about the creation of the Constitutional Convention through all the amendments. So it's a good history lesson there.
Mm.
There's an exhibit on Civil War and Reconstruction, the battle for freedom and equality. So
Yes.
basically, how the Civil War started and then how the results of it impacted the Constitution.
Mm.
There's an exhibit about the 19th Amendment, how women won the vote, and the First Amendment,
Smarter
about
anyways.
the history of the First Amendment and how it impacts us today.
Yes.
So freedom of speech.
Yes.
Although freedom of speech you have freedom of speech that cannot be infringed upon by the government.
Yeah. That doesn't mean other people.
Exactly. So it's like whenever I teach and their kids won't be quiet. It's like, all right, hey, First Amendment protects freedom of speech from the government. I'm not the
Mhm.
government, so please be
Right.
quiet. Although I usually don't have that problem because I teach college, and so they,
They
if they don't
think
want
they
to be
know
there, they
more.
just don't show up
We
or
thought
they
we were so
sleep.
smart back then. And now I realize no.
Yeah, at least nowadays, whenever they're talking, it's like, can't you do what normal kids your age do? Just text each other. All right.
Right?
Even though you're sitting next to each other, just text each other. It's
Right.
quieter.
Pass notes. We had reams of paper and we used to fold these notes into like wild origami and throw shit at each other.
So we had the original like text string that we would have just a page of paper and
And you
one
would
would write
just write
something
back
and
and
just keep
forth to
writing
each other on the piece of
when you
paper
sat
and
next to
throw it
each
back and
someone.
forth
Yeah.
in class. Yeah. Hey, pass this to so and so over there.
Yeah.
I still have some of those notes from my friends and I. We pass in the hallway and like it would be like a line. Like one line, how are you today? I'm good. How are you? Like, you know,
Oh yeah. Good old
like
days.
had to get the tea.
Now some other stuff. The Delaware River waterfront.
Hmm.
They have the Cherry Street Pier, which has like
Hmm.
pop-up stores that they can change over time.
Yeah.
I saw one there was like an artsy, kind of like homemade art, homemade
Yeah. They're always
apparel,
rotating.
jewelry thing. Yeah. There's the Ray Street Pier, which you can do some sunrise yoga. And by the way, there's more things at this than just this, but we're trying to keep this
These
under
are just
4 hours.
options. Yeah.
So yeah, here's just some highlights. Something neat at the Spruce Street Harbor Park is they have like these hammocks that like sit like kind of out over the water.
Yeah, they're really
Now,
nice.
doesn't really look like a hammock. It's more like a trampoline material type thing,
Yeah. It's
but it
like,
just so you don't drop your phone through into the water. It's a little more,
yeah, it's like
of-
a mesh almost.
yeah, more of a fine mesh than the
Mhm.
wider mesh of a hammock type thing. Liberty Point. This is at Penn's Landing. This is the largest restaurant in Philly. It
It's
has three, oh
huge.
yeah, 3 levels, 5 bars, 7 event spaces, and a partridge in a pear tree. I mean, sorry, and a view of the river.
Literally.
The Independence Blue Cross River Rink. So this is ice skating rink that they have seasonally. No, I've seen it mentioned that they have it during the summer, but I went around Thanksgiving and like during the winter, and I know they have it up for like Christmas, New Year's type stuff, and they have a big fireworks thing at New Year's. That's like the place to be. But I've gone ice skating there in biker scout armor.
Oh, Jesus.
We were there for the Philadelphia Thanksgiving parade, which actually was not too cold that year, so it was pretty nice.
Yeah, sometimes it's random. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. No, we did one a holiday parade at Pittsburgh that it was the coldest I've ever been, and I like, had a
Mhm.
cold for like 2 months after that because of it. But the
I've
Philly
done
one
it.
was actually pretty reasonable. And then the next day there was another event down at this ice rink, charity thing. Um, and they had ice skating rink, and they offered like, hey, any of you guys want to go? And so I was like one of the few that could actually has mobility enough to
Mm.
do it. So I got ice skates on and was ice skating in biker scout armor. So yeah, snow trooper would have been more appropriate, but
Yeah. Whatever. Whatever
yeah. There's
works.
also there's the Independence Seaport Museum,
Yep.
so more nautical stuff, right along the river.
Mhm.
There's a lot of, it's basically water themed. It's kind of like a kids museum, a lot of hands-on
Yeah.
activities. There's the Paddle Pens Landing, which gives you like the paddle boats, swan boats.
Mhm.
There's the Delaware River Trail if you want to do some running or just nice hiking along
Yep.
there. I think you can ride bikes along there too.
I think so.
There's also river cruises, the Spirit of Philadelphia, which that's like it's a big boat, and
Hmm.
then
They have like a
Sea
river
Philly,
cruises.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Sea
Sea
is spelled
Philly.
SEA. So I know Pittsburgh has that with the Gateway Clipper fleet with all the different boats you can have.
Yeah.
Like the Spirit of Philly, Philadelphia. You go on, you get it's kind of fancy. You can have like the dinner and
You have like the
cruising up and
dinner
down.
cruises and
Yeah.
the brunch cruise and whatnot.
Then there's Franklin Square, which has the Parks Liberty Carousel,
Hmm.
or then there's Philly Mini Golf, again Eastern thing with miniature golf.
Mini golf is a big thing with us Eastern people. Yeah.
Yeah, all along the beaches during the summer, down
Always.
in Disney, like Niagara Falls. I mean, even
Yep.
Pittsburgh. That was our growing up. That was our Sunday afternoon thing. Of my dad took all of us kids, just mainly get us out of the house and away from my mom, so she could have a
Hmm.
few minutes peace and quiet. And then we play miniature golf and get ice cream. But I think it's also
Yeah.
because my dad wanted ice cream and didn't want my mom to be looking at him like you shouldn't be eating ice cream. So
Right.
that's his kryptonite ice cream that
I
his
love
soft
ice
spot.
cream.
He has a soft spot for soft serve.
Hmm.
Franklin Square also has a playground, so if your kid needs to
Get some
get out and
energy
run
out.
around, and if you need something to eat, they have Square Burger. The burgers are not squares though. That's a
No.
Wendy's thing, but it's Franklin Square, so yeah,
Square burger. Haha.
not Wahlburger, Square
No.
Burger. But they also sell hot dogs, chicken, uh, ice cream, and milkshakes. And ice cream and milkshakes are have a good reputation.
Hmm.
There's also Rittenhouse Square, which is a 7-acre park originally planned by William Penn back in the late 1700s. So it was one
Hmm.
of he wanted these parks. So yeah, it was initially called Southwest Square, but then was renamed Rittenhouse Square in 1825. It was named after Bob Square. Oh no, wait, sorry. It was named after Dr. Albert Falls. Oh, sorry, no. Again, more Disney. No, it
More
was named
Disney.
after a guy named David Rittenhouse, who was a descendant of the first papermaker in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Don't know
There's a
what he
lot of
did
paper.
to actually, I don't know. Maybe they had the paper that the Declaration of Independence was written on, or I don't know.
I don't know.
But in Rittenhouse Square, they also have a lot of cultural institutions in the area, like the Curtis Institute of Music, the Philadelphia Youth Orchestra, the Philadelphia Art Alliance, and the Civil War and Underground Railroad Museum.
Hmm.
So yeah,
It's a
actually
big
the
stop on the Underground Railroad. That's true.
yeah it is on the way up. Get into Union territory.
Hmm.
And actually, the fraternity house for whenever I was in college, our fraternity house was part of the Underground Railroad. That in our basement there was like this little back room
Oh, that's
that was
pretty cool.
supposedly used for because Erie, Pennsylvania, last stop
It's
before you get on the
right
boat, sail
there.
across to Canada.
Hmm.
And the Rittenhouse Square was used in several movies. Uh, just to give you a short rundown, is several different Rocky movies, obviously, because it's there.
Because it's there.
The Sixth Sense. So I see dead people. Oh, sorry, spoiler
Spoiler alert.
alert.
If you haven't seen the
Um,
movie, you've
well,
seen it
yeah,
now.
it's only what 25 years old or so.
Right.
Well, I didn't give the big spoiler at the end though.
Yeah.
The movie Philadelphia, which by the way, Tom Hanks is my favorite actor. He is amazing.
I love Tom Hanks.
The movie Trading Places, which
Oh,
that's so
yeah.
funny. Marley and
Marley and
Me,
Me.
and then National Treasure.
I love National Treasure. Those are some of my favorite movies.
A little bit outlandish, but
But you know what?
it,
Who doesn't want to steal the Declaration of Independence and find out what's written on the back? Come on.
it's like it's a poor man's Indiana Jones, basically.
It is.
More modern Indiana
It's
Jones, I
more
guess.
modern Indiana
Yeah.
Jones. Yeah.
There's also the Big Bus Company in Philadelphia Trolley Works, which these are, Amanda gets a big smile on that. Oh, they're London style open top double decker buses. So basically, bottom level is enclosed, top one is,
Open.
get
Yeah.
your suntan. So use your sunscreen. It has 27 stops and it's a hop on, hop off type thing. So you can kind of get your sort of guided tour of Philly and walk around or,
Yeah.
go around the city, get off when you want to, get it back on. And now the most important thing about Philly, food.
Food.
So
Where are you getting your cheesesteak?
Pat's or Geno's.
Mm.
So that's Geno's Steaks or Pat's King of Steaks. These are like across from each other on
They're literally
the
across the road from
yeah,
each other.
corner of South Ninth Street and
Passyunk.
Passyunk Avenue. So two big questions here are one, do you get provolone, American, or whiz?
Always whiz.
And that's cheese whiz. So I
Yes.
go with provolone. I'm not a very big cheese fan, although yes, I'm not going to do the oh, what was
Princess
it? The
cheese. You,
fromage montage or whatever it is at
yeah.
in Epcot. No, I'm not. I go for more of the mild cheeses, so
Mm.
I definitely go with the
No, you gotta
provolone.
get your cheese whiz.
I'm a provolone or mozzarella. I'm more of the mild. I'm not a
Mhm.
big cheese fan.
Do it one time. Just do it once.
Reminds me of was it the Goof Troop movie or
Oh, and
the
the
Goof movie?
cheese whiz on the Goofy movie. Yeah.
It's the Leaning Tower of
Or of
Cheese.
cheese. And you
But
getting it wet
yeah,
or wet out?
yeah, and then wit or wit out. You got to go wit.
You gotta go wet.
And for those who aren't familiar, with or without onions.
Yeah.
Now, if you would like a little bit more of healthy food and maybe even some unhealthy stuff too, there's the steak. It's protein.
It's protein.
Cheese is your dairy. Onions are your vegetables.
There
You're
you
getting
go.
a
And you
bread,
got your
your
carb
grains. So yeah,
from the
it's a well
roll.
balanced meal.
Balanced.
And the oils, the fried food category,
It's
the
fine.
grease. So they're extremely good though. The
Mhm.
cheesesteaks. I remember getting the steakums when we were younger. The
We do that every once in a
Amanda
while when we
scrunches up
really
her
want to
face.
be gross.
Hey, yeah, there was one of those places in the mall that whenever we were younger that we would go to every once in a while too. That yes, it's not quite it's not quite near a Philly cheesesteak, but whenever you grew up without the Philly cheesesteaks, you don't know the difference. Okay, so
Yep.
quite live up. But the Reading Terminal Market, this is 133 years old.
Yes.
So 1893 is when it opened. Now, there used to be a whole lot of these open air markets in Philly, but then the Reading Terminal Market was kind of developed as a way to like minimize the chaos and traffic that came from too many markets. They were just like all along the streets. So they kind of condensed it in one place. Plus,
Yeah.
having a cover over it kind of helps, especially in the winter. And also, you know, turn of the century, Industrial Revolution, Philadelphia. It's not quite Pittsburgh where, it was like blacked out from all the coal that you were making, all the steel that they were making and all that. But I would not want my food out where like they're all the coal chimney, the wood burning chimneys and everything.
No.
No, definitely a cover. Thank you. Now, it declined in the 1930s because of the Depression, but then it was revitalized
Right.
in the 1980s. So now
That took
it's,
a while.
yeah. No, I mean, it wasn't like a complete decline, but it kind of lost popularity over
Mm,
time. So it's 78,000 square feet, so 1.7 acres.
yeah.
There's more than 80 merchants. Now, there used to be like 800 of them, but they now expanded to give them more space just
Yeah.
for, it was like 6 foot by 6 foot little stalls they had, but now it's
Yeah.
bigger area. And they get 7.3 million visitors annually.
Hmm.
And there are also several award winning restaurants in Philly. Providence is a one Michelin star restaurant.
Yes.
There's Fiore, which was given the outstanding pastry chef or the baker finalist from the James Beard Foundation.
Hmm.
So pastry chef or baker. So outstanding, one of
Yeah.
those finalists. So there's Pizzeria Bedia, which was given the Bib Gourmand Award from Michelin.
Hmm.
There's Emmett, which is the was given the was a best new restaurant finalist by from the James Beard Foundation, and Hiroki, which is a Michelin recommended restaurant.
Yes.
So there's a nice little um
Some nice options.
yeah, some whatever you're in the mood for.
Hmm.
A little bit of, Italian, a little bit of French,
You get it
some
all.
Japanese in there. So,
Hmm.
yeah. And then sports, 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 sports.
That's
We
all
went,
you.
we hit on it before, sports venues. And now the neat thing here is that they're all in like the same area. That there's the Wells Fargo Center, which is the arena for the Flyers for hockey and the 76ers for basketball. Right, it's like right across the street is the Lincoln Financial Field, which is where the Eagles play for football. And it's also where the World Cup game is going to be played, that they have a knockout round of 16, which is happening tomorrow. So I have no idea who's playing in it because we're recording this earlier, but yay, soccer. World Cup.
On 4th of
The
July?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is more American than soccer, all right? Answer, most
Football?
anything. So yeah. They got to get the games in somewhere. So,
Okay.
I guess the throwback to our, making peace with Great Britain. Here we'll have soccer
Mhm.
on the 4th of July as kind of an make amends. I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah, they're having the games all throughout the US and Canada and even Mexico. So I guess they threw it in there. I don't
Okay.
know. I didn't make the schedule. Also, right there is Citizens Bank Park, which is where the Phillies play for baseball. And then they have Xfinity Live, which is like a dining entertainment area that, hey, you're going to go to the games. You want to get something to eat before or after.
Hmm.
And,
It's right there.
they
It's
have
convenient.
concerts and stuff. So, yeah. So it's a big, nice area that they've really fixed it up in recent years. Although, are you a fan of the World Cup, Amanda?
I don't watch sports.
Yeah.
Sports are not my thing.
Yeah. Soccer is the once every 4 years types thing. Well, sometimes we'll watch the Women's World Cup too, but we're more into the with badminton because that's international, like the national game of Indonesia.
Well,
So
that
my wife is
explains.
big
Yeah.
into that. Yeah.
No, I don't watch any sports. I watch my
So,
child play Little League. That's as far as we go.
so soccer, if you understand the
I mean, I
theory
understand
and
sports.
game
I just don't
flow,
watch
yeah,
them.
most people say, "Oh, soccer is boring," but if you know like the game theory with soccer and the strategy, then it can be a little bit more entertaining. there was a Simpsons episode where the like the American announcer, all right, and he's holding it and he passed to this guy and he passed to that guy. And then they get a international announcer in there. He's like, and he's holding it. He's holding it. Holding it. So
Yes,
much
I
more
know you're
energy.
not supposed to hold the ball during soccer. I know that
No,
much.
no, he was not holding it with his hands, but he was like just kicking it
Oh,
and just kicking it
yeah.
back and
See, I
just
don't.
moving it around and like kind of has his foot on it. It's like, oh no, he's holding. What's he doing to do? What's he going to do? The anticipation and you can cut the knife. We can cut the tension with a knife. So,
No,
but
I would
anyway,
like to watch football announcers do golf. That would be entertaining for me. Just saying.
all right, let's make that happen.
Anyway.
All right, colleges. So there are 34-year colleges and universities in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're not going to go through all four of them, but
There's a
if you
million
want,
of them. Yeah.
yeah, or
I
all,
won't
all
be here for
30
a
of them,
while.
yeah. But some of the bigger ones, and if you and we mentioned like Drexel, they have their
Mm.
museum there you can go into. Penn, so University of Pennsylvania, Ivy
Yeah.
League, Temple University, St. Joseph University. So if you want to see some Division One sports, it's there. Or if you're going on college touring trips, which um, I have my oldest nephew is in grad school at Columbia. Next one, he's studying physical therapy. Another one's at Akron studying aerospace engineering. And then his younger sister, is going to go there next year too. She's going to do some physical therapy or something sports medicine type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then another one's going to be a senior in high school. So another one who's going to be a
Yeah,
sophomore in
they're
high
all
school. So
looking at
yeah, we're
colleges.
the parade of college visits coming.
Yeah, I got a while for that.
Yeah, so do I. Next up, there's the Philadelphia City Pass. So we
Yes.
mentioned all these attractions. They have options of 3 attraction, 4 attraction, or 5 attractions you can get. These are and different prices for these. They're valid for 9 days, but you can choose between or among the Franklin Institute, Adventure Aquarium, Philadelphia Zoo, Big Bus Company and Philadelphia Trolley Works, the Eastern State Penitentiary Historic Site, the Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial, the Museum of the American Revolution, the Academy of Natural Sciences of Drexel University, the National Constitution Center, and the Barnes Foundation. So, if you're going to be there for a couple of days and you want to, hey, let's make the most of it, you can get a pretty good deal on several
The
different
city passes,
attractions.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's also adult and kid prices, so you get a little break on the kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's several there that I could go to again
Oh
and
yeah.
again. So good stuff. So Amanda, travel tip, if you can pull one out. I know you've like given them all.
I don't know. I really don't have any more travel tips. I've been on this podcast 25 times.
Yep.
Like I'm starting to lose travel tips. Like you've taken all of mine.
So all right, I got one that Philadelphia has a reputation for being a rough town, and with good reason. Like we mentioned, they threw batteries at Santa Claus. Okay, no.
I know.
In reality, Philly is about as safe as any other big city. During the day when you're going to these tourist locations or walking around or taking a public transportation, whatever, you're not going to really have too much trouble.
No, Philly's
It
actually one of the safer big towns, big cities.
Now they do have some violent
They do
crime,
have
but
some spots.
but yeah, it's usually related to something else.
Yeah.
That at night, like any other city, be aware of your surroundings. Criminals are going to prey on the weak and the vulnerable. So walk with confidence, keep your eyes open. Walk fast and carry a clipboard. Pretend you know you're supposed to be there. Now, in a somewhat
Or
related,
walk tall and carry a big stick.
yeah, speak softly, carry a big
Speak
stick. Yeah,
softly. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Teddy.
Yes.
Now, on a somewhat related note, I strongly advise against wearing the apparel of sports
Ugh,
of any rival sports teams or the
I
apparel of
know.
any team that is playing in Philadelphia. So the Philly fans are, to put it mildly, very passionate.
They're just as bad as New Yorkers.
And I say, yeah, other cities are. I would advise against wearing other paraphernalia in other cities too. That includes a Pittsburgh Steeler game. So
Yeah.
it's not going to guarantee something happens, but liquid
Mhm.
courage and someone who, especially if they're your team is winning and,
And theirs is not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a Pittsburgh Pirate game there, I wouldn't feel quite as nervous about it. Now, a Pittsburgh Penguin game, definitely not.
Yeah,
But
right.
the Pirates, they're doing better this year, but they're not really a threat to anybody. So, but now when you visit Philly or any other city, just be aware, be courteous, be tasteful. After all, you're the guest, so
That's true.
you know you're going for a good time. So don't
Right.
antagonize.
Be polite.
Yes. Now, if you have a destination or experience that you'd like to have us discuss on the Where Yinz Goin podcast, or if you'd like to share your favorite place to visit or have a travel tip, feel free to contact me. I would love to hear your feedback and ideas. Amanda, how can people get a hold of you?
You should know this by now, but
Honestly,
I'm
I
on
can recite
Facebook and
this.
Instagram. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Dreams by Design Travel with Amanda, and I can be reached directly by email, amanda@dreamsbydesigntravel.com.
Here at the podcast, we're on Facebook and X at Where Yinz Goin. Yinz, Y-I-N-Z, Goin, G-O-I-N with the apostrophe and the question mark. Email is Matt, M-A-T-T, at dreamsbydesigntravel.com. All this information will be in the episode description. So if you want to contact us to book a trip or have any questions, you know how to find us. You don't have to have it written down, although I'm sure you have it written down by now, right? Right?
I hope so.
Right? Right? So please like, follow, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend, let other people know about the cool stuff we're talking about. And as a side note, please don't blow yourself up tonight with fireworks, okay? Leave it
Yeah,
to
don't do that.
professionals. Be safe. So, Amanda, thank you very much. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Everyone else, please join us next time. We're Hinat Nat. We'll see you later.